Hey everyone, welcome to Millennium Computers 5-minute tutorial series. Today's course is going to take a look at the FAST budget and forecasting application, and we're going to answer the question, how do I copy between admin or budget series? Now, there was a separate How Do I video dedicated to how to copy between development series, but I want to distinguish the budget admin from the budget development. Now, in the earlier tutorial, we focused specifically on the budget development menu. The page we're looking at now is actually found under Budget Admin and Manage Budget Series. The first tab is just like the maintenance page, and it's where we can create and manage a variety of budget series to be used in any current fiscal year. Notice right now I happen to be logged in to fiscal year 2017, which means all the series I create will automatically be flagged with the fiscal year of 2017. We're going to cover how to use this page in a lot more detail in the actual training videos. But for this tutorial, I wanted to keep it short and sweet and show you how to use the copy function. Now there's two options. The first is how to copy between admin series, and that's on the second tab. Now this page looks super scary, and I don't want you to be intimidated. Not all of this information is relevant to every single instance where you might want to copy an admin series. First of all, the options we have to complete. The first is to select an existing budget series to base the new estimate on. Now that's just a fancy way of saying, let's pick which series we want to copy from. Now keep in mind, regardless of what fiscal year I'm currently logged in to, all of my existing admin or budget series are going to show up in this option. Let's go ahead and choose one. And the second option, on the other side of the arrow, is to select a budget series to copy to. Now the key here is that data will be added to any existing records. It's not going to delete the existing series data if you happen to already have some series data that you're working with. Let's choose a second series. Now this could be a scenario where I'm creating a new budget series based on details of a previous year or a previous series. Now some of the optional fields are in this text box where it says filter data to be copied by. Now if you select one or more of the budget types to copy, it's going to include either all, either just one or two, or you can also choose to exclude one or two. In this case, I have three types of budgets. My BD01s, 2s, and 3s. If I leave it selected as all, it's going to copy all budget types. If I select equals, I have to choose one or more to include. I can include one, or I can hold down my control key to include more than one. Alternatively, I can also choose to exclude one or more. The other option is I can choose to include or exclude a variety of accounts. And this would really depend on the type of data you're hoping to copy. Or even more commonly, you may choose to include or exclude a variety of account types. For instance, I could choose between categories like revenues, labor, expenses, and transfers, and the same logic applies. I can choose to include all, I can choose to include one or more, or I could choose to exclude one or more. For instance, I may want to simply include expenditures. I can also choose the same logic based on the source. Keep in mind, if you see these little binoculars, it means you can click on them as a little bit of a tooltip. This is going to show me all the available options and allow me to make my selection a lot easier. I could also choose to include or exclude a variety of change numbers. On the right-hand side, falling under the new budget series I'm copying to, I have a couple more options. First of all, I would need to select a change number to apply to these new records. Change numbers are created in a separate form and would already have to be created before you access the Admin Series tab. You can choose to select a spreading model to apply to all records. Now, most commonly, you're probably going to leave this blank because in many cases, you may have applied a different spreading model to a number of different line items. You don't want to overwrite the existing functionality by choosing a blanket model for everything. We also need to select either to choose a detail or summary records. That means, do you want to include each individual line item as a detailed record, or do you want to group by coding and sum the amounts? When you've made all the selections you want to, go ahead and copy the series by clicking the Copy Series button. Now, before we wrap up, I want to show you how to copy to a dev series. This can be a really big time saver when we start our budget development for the following year. I may have a current budget I'm working with on the admin side, and the best starting point for me for next year's budget development might be to take my adjusted budget from the current year. If I'd perhaps like to apply a budget series from this year to my draft one for next year, we can go ahead and make that selection. Again, we have to choose whether or not we want to delete any existing records or whether we want to add to them. Once you've made your selection, go ahead and click Submit Series. I hope this was a helpful overview of how to copy between admin series and copy to a dev series.